Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Trending Thursday. My name is Glenn, Senior Stock Market Strategist for VectorVest. Glad to be here. Glad to have you here. And I'm curious to know how many of you received the alert. All right, if you did, just type a 1. If you didn't, type a 2. If you can hear me loud and clear, let me know in the chat, preferably with VV Nation, to let me know that I am coming across loud and clear. All right. So I'm going to read the chat to see if I'm getting any hello loud and clear alert came through. So Janice got it. Jake did not.
Janice got the YouTube alert. I think you need to be more clear when you ask for what you're asking for.
All right. Tesla is playing nice again today. Guess what? I'm going to show you. You remember my picks from yesterday? What was one of my picks, Bill? What was one of my picks? Yeah. That portfolio is looking good. All right. As more people are coming into the room, there we go, Rip Man. That's right. You saw what stock I put up in there. That stock is doing good. Before we get started, I got a special guest today, so I want you to stick with me. It's going to be in the first few minutes of the presentation today. It's going to fit a lot of you, especially what's going on in the market right now. I think it's going to behoove you guys to come take a look and listen to my special guest today. So as people are getting in, I'm thinking, Joey, you're right. I don't think the alert probably went out the right way. Yeah, Dan is saying, what alert? We send out an alert to get everybody, get everybody's attention so that you can sign in to the webcast. It's part of the subscription. When you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, you get an alert when the video or the live stream is ready. So special guest is Elon Musk. Well, they might look a little bit like Elon Musk. As I look at their face, they're probably just don't say nothing. Now they're gonna know who you are. Stop talking. Dang it. All right. So he was asking about the VectorVest mobile alert, not the alert from YouTube. Oops, I lied. My alert was on stop. There you go. Oh, today is Mark Norton's birthday. And by the way, Mark, today is my daughter's birthday. Do you know I have a 30-year-old child now? I got a 30-year-old child. So Jasmine, that's my daughter, is her birthday today. And I saw that it was also Mark Norton's birthday. So happy birthday to you as well, Mark. All right. What happened to NVIDIA? NVIDIA did a little bit of a rebound today. We'll talk about that. That's one of the stocks that are on my list today. You know, all of the jobs report, AVGO is coming out tonight. So what should you be doing? We're going to use the VectorVest software to talk about exactly what you should be doing. But first things first, I want to talk about what's moving the news today. Joey put me on the first screen. What's moving the news today? And the big news is initial jobless claims fall 5,000 to 227,000. So the job market is cooling. I think that still gives more fodder for the Fed to cut. I think it's a foregone fact that next week the Fed is going to be cutting the interest rates. It's not if he's going to be, but it's going to be more like how much he's going to cut down. Is it going to be a quarter basis point, a half a basis point? Does he get real aggressive and go 3/4 basis points? I'm not going to get into all of that just quite yet. But the initial jobless claims is what's moving the market today. And my next story is also about that. Now, talking about the initial jobless claims, less people looking for jobs. Planned U.S. layoffs surged in August, recruitment firm Challenger says, which is kind of interesting, right? As less people are looking for jobs, but people are getting laid off. You would think that those people who are getting laid off would increase the number of people looking for jobs. So I'm looking into this. You know, firms announced 75,000, almost 76,000 layoffs last month. That's a lot of people. Now, I know the number of people not looking for a job or, not on the payrolls or whatever is a lot lower than 75,000, but that's a lot of people getting laid off. And you think that would roll into the number of people who are looking for jobs. So I'm just keeping my eyes on that, but looks like that is the two biggest stories that are affecting the market adversely today. All right, Joey, put me back on the first screen before I bring in my guest today. And when I say that my guest is really going to talk about stuff that's really in tune with what's going on in the market. It's all about options. And especially for the people who are brand new to the options world, Jim Penna is having a webcast this afternoon talking about or talking about a course.
Yes, go on.
I'm working on it, Joey. Talking about a course, but he's going to have a free webcast today. It's free, absolutely free. And I'm going to put the link in the chat. Dang it, Joey. I'm going to put the link in the chat so that you guys can take a look at it. It is free, absolutely free. And I'm going to bring him on as Jim Penna, the manager of retirement. Jim, welcome to the show today. Thank you for being here. You know me, I would like to do everything I can to assist everybody who's in the education department to let the people of VV Nation know what's going on. But you're going to be talking about the Options Jumpstarter course today at 4:30. The link is in the chat. Tell them a little bit about it, Jim. First off, tell them who you are for those people who may be new to the room.
Yeah, if there's anybody new, my name is Jim Penna, Manager of Retirement Services here at VectorVest. Good to be here. I just want to take just 2 minutes of your time here, Glenn. I appreciate you letting me come on. And I really just want to invite you guys to come at 4:30 today. There is, and I think Glenn already put the link up for you guys. It's a free webcast, going to talk about options. It's called the Options Jumpstarter, the Beginner's Guide Option Trading. So, if you're a more advanced option trader, listen, come anyway. I think you'll learn something. But if you're new to options, if you're brand new or relatively new to options, I think it's a great introduction, lays out a foundation for you. One of the early slides, one of the things we talk about is that we believe here at VectorVest that your portfolio really can't reach its full potential without the ability to trade options. Now, again, doesn't mean you have to be a full-time option trader. Doesn't mean you have to be an expert at it. But you should understand at the right time how you can use the power of leverage, how you can hedge your portfolio with options, how to generate income with options. It's not difficult. So if you are relatively new or brand new to options, come and join me today. Have a nice talk about how options can help you.
And it is free, absolutely free. The link that's in the chat, excuse me, I want everybody who's in VV Nation, everybody who's on the channel right now, to click that link. Click on that link, register. All you have to do is put in your first name, last name, email address, mobile phone number. It's going to be today, Thursday, September 5th at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It is absolutely free. Ritman said, Jim, great session yesterday, got me hooked. There you go.
Oh, yeah, Rit was there yesterday, yeah.
So it is free, folks.
Great. Thanks, Rit. All right, come and join. Again, it's free, and if you're new to it, I think it lays a foundation as to the importance of it, why you should do it, and we give you some good insight as to what it can do for your portfolio. And for those who are part of any of the retirement things that I do, understanding options to protect your net worth is, still to me the most important part of anything that we do. And so I'd love to see you there.
All right. Again, Jim, thank you very much for that. Ritman, thank you for that.
Have a great rest of your day.
There you go. Thanks, Jim. Ritman, thank you very much for that testimonial in watching Jim's free webcast yesterday. I invite everybody to click the link. It's already pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link right now. It's going to take you less than a minute to register for it. If you can't watch it live, all right, as long as you've registered for it, if you can't watch it live, we will email you the replay for absolutely free. All right, so if you can't watch it, but you want to watch it later, then at least register for it. All right, at least register for it. But I'd love to see VV Nation show out for him today. So with that being said, we're going to continue on with today's session. I wanted to bring him in, let you know what's going on. We do a lot of stuff here at VectorVest, and I like to let you guys know what's going on from different aspects of the education department and the courses that we talk about and the free webcasts. You may learn something from the free webcast. And remember, It's free. All right, Joey, put me back into the stories. We're going to finish off with what's going on in the news. Taiwan semiconductor supplier says AI chips will spur industry growth. All right, so that's a big thing. Semiconductors, look, old story. How about this? Toyota and BMW make a big bet for hydrogen EVs. Now, I've heard you guys talk about it in the chat. What about hydrogen? What about hydrogen? I always say that the first thing you think about when you think of the word hydrogen, the next word is bomb. So I think that they've come a long way since the hydrogen bomb, but a lot of people feel that hydrogen is the next thing in relations to electric vehicles as part of a new collaboration. So that's BMW and Toyota. I'm going to keep my eyes on them. Janice says, Jim Penna is a great teacher, took several of his courses. Thank you for that, Janice. I appreciate that as well. How come that didn't pop up, Joey? Oh, I think it was the last time we shared. We didn't set that up. It's fine. And then there's Jake. Hydrogen. Hell yeah. We'll see. Hydrogen makes its spurts. It goes and then it stops. And then it goes and then it stops. John says, Bombiosity, EVs. What can go wrong? I don't know. All right. Next one. Man, I jumped in on Tesla in the real world today. Tesla plans full self-driving rollout in China and Europe by 20. That's next year. That's huge for Tesla. So I had seen another story yesterday about Tesla. I looked at the graph. I jumped into Tesla in our afternoon market action portfolio. I'm glad that I did. Michael says, Musk Tesla has also started working on hydrogen vehicle. That's going to be interesting for Tesla as well. But next year, full self-driving FSD rollout in China and Europe by Q1 of 2025, which is right around the corner. For the record, I will not be buying a hydrogen EV on Temu. I hope, you know something, I haven't bought anything on Temu. I was a big fan of Wish, and by the time I got my stuff, it was like Christmas because I forgot all about that I ordered it. But my wife uses Temu and Shein. I've never used either or. And any of you, I'm going to ask the guys, how many of the guys in the room have used either Shein or Temu? Type of 1 in the room. I am not one, and type of 2 if you haven't. I have not bought anything off of either one of those at all. Temu is bad quality, says Ritman. Rock and Ronnie says, everyone that tried hydrogen got smart and quit. Again, I don't know enough about the hydrogen space as far as EVs to give you a bona fide answer on how I feel about it. Maybe that needs to be a story. I did do a hydrogen story a long time ago, didn't I, Joey? It had to be more than a year or so ago. I bet you. It's been a long, long time, and that's only because you guys were asking for that video. Maybe I need to do an updated video and see if hydrogen is worth it or not. Bad quality and lots of chemicals, says Naz. I bought underwear from Temu. Really, Akshaya? That is not a mental picture that I wanted to have. Sigh. We call Temu the 4-letter store. What the is that? It is, you talk about Temu and Shein, Rock and Ronnie? What are some stocks in hydrogen? I had a hydrogen watch list. I got to see. I might have to do another video on hydrogen. I might have to do an updated one. Here's a stock that I talked about a while ago as well. Rail Vision. All about trains. Rail Vision receives U.S. patent for its AI-powered obstacle detection system. So while these trains are running all over the place, they're going to use AI to make sure nobody's running across the track or no vehicles are stuck across the track. But it received approval for the U.S. patent on AI-based railway obstacle detection system by the United States Patent and Trademark Office. The newly patented system combines electro-optical imaging with artificial intelligence, offering a protection against obstacles on and off the track. Rail Vision, the last time it had news, it moved. I want you to keep your eyes on it. This is one of those stocks. It's up 4.5% today. This is a stock that I want you to keep your eyes on. And if you guys make a lot of money on that, let me know. I get my AC filters from Temu cheap. Again, I've never bought. Janice says the alert just hit. Did it take the... Joey, did you send out another one? I don't know if he did or not.
I did not. I don't know. I don't know.
All right.
I'm working on it.
Well, there's
I don't think it's
136 people. That's still a little less.
I don't think it's.
That's still a little less than the amount of people we normally have. Ripman says, hope their hydrogen EVs better than the Nikola truck down the hill. Well, again, I might have to check. I might have to take a look at that. You know, a stock that I love and hold dear to my heart. Now, this was back in May, though. I don't know why I got this story. Just one of the contracts because it's in the defense space. Palantir lands a $480 million Army contract for Maven Artificial Intelligence Tech. Interesting that I found this story, and I guess I attributed it to the name, but this is an older story. I still want to look at Palantir today anyway. Another stock on the run today, NEO, and I don't have a subscription to Benzinga. Interesting. NEO Q2 earnings beats, deliveries growth, strong Q3 outlook, and more. NEO could be something. Again, I'm not real hot on the EV space because a lot of the major manufacturers are having a hard time selling EVs. I don't know if this is going to be a new resurgence in EVs. I may have to look at the other EVs like Rivian and Lucid to see what their deliveries are and if they're growing in deliveries. Is interest picking back up on EVs? Interesting, but keep NEO. That's another one on my list today. Foxconn. Now, the reason why I'm looking at Foxconn is specifically because of Apple. Foxconn's August revenues soar 33% on AI server demand. That's going to be, this is a main supplier for Apple. All right, said its third quarter is expected to generate growth compared to the second quarter and the same period last year. However, the current visibility is better than previously estimated. This Foxconn news is going to affect Apple in a big way. In my real world portfolio, I think I picked up some Apple today. I think I picked up some AAPU. This is going to be big news for Apple. Glenn, Leap Motor in China. You can get an EV for $6,000. Is that, you know, something? So you do know that BYD Boyd sells a full electric for $11,000, but I didn't know about this Leap Motor. In China, you can get an EV. Yeah, but it's probably about the size of my foot. It's probably like a super smart car, a little itty bitty, teeny weeny car for $6,000. I don't know if I put my trust in a car like that. I don't even think I put my trust in the Boyd cars that are $11,000. Fitz says hydrogen, Lind Air Products plus refiners products, hydrogen. I really sounds like Douglas says alert received. So another couple of people said alert. I don't know. I'm very interested.
Yeah, it looks like some are trickling out there. They said 11,000 went out, but I'm not sure.
All right, so some people are getting it and some people are not. We're having a problem with our alerting system. We're working on it. We are working on it. All right, information. The current Wall Street forecast and recent news seem to provide a favorable environment for another earnings beat. Taking into account the recent decline of the stock, AVGO's fundamentals upside potential may now surpass 40%. That could be a big move for AVGO prior to earnings today. What's up, Troy? I need to write that down. I might pick up some AVGO prior to the market close. AVGO, and you'll see why when we take a look at it. All right, so those are the stocks that are making the news today. I'm going to get into the software real quick, and we're going to start off with the market timing graph. All right, we're going to start off with the market timing graph. A little bit, look at that, a little rebound going in today. Look at the wick at the bottom of today's candle. It was a down day, it still is, but look at the wick. The wick at the bottom of the candle is much bigger than the wick at the top, which means the bulls are coming in today. All right, we still have little less than, we got an hour and 40 minutes left of market open. Look at the wick. Look at the buyers coming in. The bulls are starting to kick in the gear right now, which could be good for stocks. So the question is, you know, when I look at what's going on in the market right now, we saw the jobs information push the market down, blah, blah, blah. What should you be doing now? Well, I'm going to go back to the home page real quick, because I'm going to use the power of the VectorVest software to help me to do that. What's the main color we see in the color guard? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 red bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 yellow bars. I would be cautiously bearish. Does that make sense to everybody in the room? Yes or no? Based upon what I see in the color guard, does that make sense to everybody in the room? Yes or no? Primary wave is now down for 3 straight days in a row. The MTI, or the underlying trend of the market, is below 1. And we still have one more yellow light than we have red. I would be cautiously bearish. VectorVest does not advocate buying any stocks at this time. The confirmed call is still up. I think the DEW is still up, might be turning over. But based upon what I see right now, would I back the truck up on anything? The answer to that is no. But will I still give you fish to take a look at? Absolutely. But if you take those, if the market is, let's go back, the market is moving down, just be careful with that. But a positive sign today, looking at the VectorVest composite, shows me that we've got the bulls coming in towards the latter part of the day. If you follow a timing system, stick to it. Eton, you are right on point right there. All right. If I'm following the primary wave, then I'm already playing the market to the downside. If I'm looking at the underlying trend of the market, or the MTI now below 1, what do I do with the stocks that I'm looking at? Or the stocks that I'm holding? I'm taking profits on those because the underlying trend of the market is down. But if I'm playing the DEW, if I'm playing the confirmed calls, I'm still long, but I'm going to tell you to tighten the stops on the stocks that you own. Yes, the DEW is still up. Thank you, Ben. The MACD crossed down on the VVC. Again, more of a trading perspective, knowing that if I'm a short-term trader, the MACD moving down on the VVC, then I'm becoming a little bit more bearish. But again, I do want you to see that there is a little bit of bullish bias today, bullish bias by way of the wick at the bottom of the candle. We were down as far as the bottom of the wick, but the bulls are trying to buy back into the market, pushing the market higher. I do not think that we finish in the green today. We finish in the red, but I also see that the bulls are trying to move. All right, let's go to the viewers tab. Let's go take a look at the markets today. Mixed market. Only the Qs are slightly up. Everything else is down. The VIX is losing momentum. It's just very interesting as a down day. Normally on a down day, the volatility on the S&P 500 starts to push up. But people are not fearful in the market right now. I think that everything points to we're waiting to see what the Fed's decision is going to be next week. And the market's going to go one way or the other. It's definitely going to go one way or the other. And, if the market is moving down and the Fed cuts, people are going to feel that, the Fed comes late to the party all the time, that the market is already screwed and the market's going to respond in kind. As I've always said, be careful what you ask for when it comes down to cuts, because you just may get it. Clover was a trade that I looked at yesterday, Ritesh. I got out of it. I did a day trade on Clover yesterday. It didn't work out so well. So I didn't look at it today, but it was a trade that I was looking at yesterday. Not much logic in this. Rate cuts are coming and the market falls. The market normally falls at this particular point in time with the rate cuts, because by the time that the Fed comes to the party late, by the time the Fed cuts, the rest of the world thinks that we're already in deep doo-doo. That's why. Niles, that is just why. Market is going to go one way or the other. Well, that's true. That is deep. That was prophetic right there. All right. Let's go to the big news, the stocks that made the news for us today. Here we go. Taiwan Semi. AVGO going into earnings pretty flat. I like the stock from an earnings perspective, fundamentally sound. What's hurting it right now is that RT is below 1. All right, so the stock's not in an uptrend. The stock is overvalued, but not in an uptrend. I do like the double-digit earnings growth. I like the VST at 1.2. I like the CI at 1.67. Shows me it's not a lot of volatility in the stock. So I like the stock. I got my software re-updated, so a lot of stuff but anyway, I don't have the graph that I look at for earnings anymore. I got to rebuild that. The only thing that concerns me is that the RT is below 1 and it is overvalued. But where's the earnings growth? The earnings growth is at 17. The earnings per share is positive. Does it pay a dividend? It does. Dividend yield 1.36, earnings per share. Yeah. And it's a good dividend. Dividend yield 1.36. I like that it's got a dividend on it. It's a good dividend. It's a good, and it's got a dividend growth of 14%. I like the stock going into earnings. I do like the stock going into earnings. Apple, Foxconn, I told you it was going to move Apple, and it is. Not a lot. Up 1% on Apple. I bought into AAPU. I'm up. That's the more aggressive way. It's leveraged. Palantir, a little down today. You guys know I do own Palantir. Down about 1% today. Tesla moving. The self-driving thing is going to be huge. The self-driving thing going into next year is going to be huge. I am in TSLL. Talking about that, I'm going to go to the portfolios real quick. Look at this. Big move. I got into it stopped me out. I was in TSLL. It stopped me out. Goodness gracious. Let's go to reports. Maybe I had too tight a stop. View trade history. It got me out. Today, I took a 5% gain on it. I took a 5%. I got a trailing 7, so I took a 5% trail on the TSLL trade. All right, that was a nice mover for me, but I locked in profits. That's why you have profits. That's why you have stops. I'll take that. DraftKings I got into yesterday as well as I jumped the gun on NVIDIA. All right, but DraftKings, because of the legalized gambling coming on the football this year, I picked one of the gambling stocks, and then again, I did jump early on NVIDIA. We'll see how it plays out. I'm still in Netflix, and I'm still in Eli Lilly. Both of those are down, but much too little a stop. No, I'm fine with that. I'll take the 5%. Remember, that's my portfolio, 1.85. Ryan's picks is sitting at 1.55. He trickled in. I was a little bit more aggressive. He trickled in, and that might not have been a bad play for him. I'm a little bit more aggressive. He's a little bit more country. I'm a little bit more rock and roll. All right, so I just wanted to see that pick. How many of you looked at it from yesterday? Did anybody pull the trigger on Tesla like I did yesterday? Type of 1. All right, and if you did, are you still in it? Did you take a look at the trades that I put on yesterday? Did you take the Tesla trade? If you did, type a 1 and tell me if you're still in it or not. Alex says, if cut 50, not 25, would 50 be seen as a bad thing because that means the Fed's... Yes, 50. If you go more than 25, whether it's 50, whether it's 75 basis points, that would be looking worse. That would be like, holy smokes, we're in deep doo-doo. That's what that means. Glenn, are your trades open to the public? My trades are open to the live streams. That's the only time it's there. Only time Ryan and I will make trades in these portfolios is during the live streams. That's it. We make no trades when you guys are not here. We make no trades while you guys are not here. All right. A few more Tesla calls added today. Way to go. I see a lot of people did. Alex said still in it. Bill says still in it. Arthur says still in it. I'm okay taking what I took. I could not buy Tesla due to earnings per share. Okay, what do you mean? All right, so these are the stocks. NEO on the rise today, 13%. Good, googly muggly. Now, you can look at that. Again, I'm not a big fan of the EV space right now. Look at that. No fundamentals at all. Nice move up. RT above 1. 13. This is a shorter term trade and way overvalued. So the news is good on it. Long-term hold? No. Short-term play on news? Possibly. All right. And Rail Vision. I am a fan of Rail Vision. You know why? The stock is 46 cents, but it's got an RV above 1. That's what caught my attention the last time there was news on Rail Vision. This is a super speculative play. But even as a super speculative play, it's undervalued. It's a 46-cent stock that's valued at 75 cents. Undervalued with an RV above 1. And it's a sell, so this is a super speculative. This is news-driven. But I like a stock that's a penny stock that's got an RV above 1. That catches my attention. So I'm putting that out there. I was good. I have no stocks this week that are safe, undervalued, and rising in price because of the market's condition. And you know something? If I ain't got it, I ain't going to try to make something for you. Now, remember I said I do have fish for you? from a swing trading perspective, looking at the near perfect indicator, of which you have to have VectorVest for, I cherry picked a couple of stocks that I want you to keep your eyes on. Look at that clean energy. Jinko Solar up 6.5% today. Also undervalued with an RV above 1. Earnings growth, though, not so good, and it's a sell. Someone was asking me, is clean energy on the run? Well, let's go take a look at Jinko Solar real quick. View the stock graph. I want to take a look at it. That don't look so pretty. Not at all. There's a 6-month graph. There's a 1-year graph. That's just an update. Last time I had an update like that, what did it do? It came back down. I'm not a big fan of clean energy. The question was asked. Please wait. Ooh, we got disconnected? Oh, we're back. What did Ben say? I could not buy VV growth. Oh, okay. I understand what you said about Tesla now. Okay. And I am, from the standpoint of picking up on the Tesla move, I think I had an ascending triangle on the graph, which made me buy it. So I bought it more from a technical standpoint than not. Jinko Solar, though, clean energy, how do I feel about it? It's not there right now. Falling earnings per share, falling earnings growth, that's not a positive sign. It did get an update today, but I'm not feeling those. Aren't all three of those choices speculative? Yes, these are swing trades. This is more of an aggressive play. Portalox Bio, RV, nice RV, RS below 1, not in an uptrend, but that's more of an aggressive play. Actually, all three of these are more aggressive, more so than speculative. Speculative would be RV and RS both below 1. Both below 1. All right, in this case, RVs are all above 1, relative safeties are below 1. This is more aggressive play. Does that make sense, Orlando? When they're both below the value of 1, it's more of a speculative play. Swing trades with the Star Search. All right, this is looking at what I call the Star Search pinch I created. Wow, KLG up 10%. Goodness gracious. Applied Digital. That was news driven. Let's view the stock news on that. I'll take that, Joey. That had to be news driven. 63%. 15 days ago for NVIDIA. No, 5 hours. Applied Digital announces $160 million strategic financing fueling. All right, so that's what Applied Digital is doing. Do I like it? No, that's strictly news driven. Up 63%. Up 63%. That's speculative play. RT, because the stock went up as much as it is, RT above 1, VST below 1. This is strictly news driven. Now, is it too late to buy into it? After a 63% move, you're chasing it. And look at where, after a 63% move, you're chasing it. Big gap up, wick at the top, wick at the bottom, big volume, but what's earnings and earnings growth look like? Yeah, unless you were in it before this news came out, I wouldn't touch this. I wouldn't touch this. But it is part of a swing trade that it's in the Star Search, it's in the fast lane. I'd be very careful with that, though. Whereas if I'm looking at KLG, view the stock graph, all right, I'm going to change this to Star Search. I like that play a lot more. Look at KLG. Nice big move into the fast lane. Both DPOs are positive. I like that a little bit more. Let's go graph all of these. I like that a little bit more than the applied. Nice move on KG. Very little wick at the top in the fast lane. I like that. For those of you who are looking for this graph layout, in order to get this graph layout, you have to have the VectorVest software. You know, right now we're running a summer special, 99 cents for a 30-day trial. You want to find stocks that are moving from the slow lane to the fast lane. Everybody who takes a trial has access to the Star Search. I'm just putting that out there. All right, you can go to www.vectorvest.com/YT. Joey, put that link up there for me. www.vectorvest.com/YT. You want to get, find out when the stock's in the fast lane. Trade it there. Get out of it or take half when it's in the slow lane or in the middle lane. Right now, Court did break into the fast lane. And then by time right now, I'm not feeling that just quite yet. And there's Applied. Look at that. Went straight down. Now it's up there breaking through that level. Look at the pinch. Look at the pinch. Nice move, but I don't think, look at the pinch here in the Bollinger Bands getting to the fast lane. This is how you find stocks like this. I can show you how to do that. Glenn, did you have do you have show or create scan for the fast lane? It's already in the system. It's already in the system. Go to Unisearch. Go to ProTrader. And everyone out there has the star search right there. I've done a variation of it where I call it the pinch, but everybody's got access to the star search. There it is. All right. If you're not a subscriber to the VectorVest software, you want to find those stocks that are exhibiting the characteristics of being a star search in the fast lane. Here it is right here. 99 cents gets you access to get to this search. All right. Again. So Scott, that's where it's at. That's where it's at. It's in the ProTrader folder. It's in the ProTrader folder. Run the star search, and you can get real-time information on which stocks meet the criteria for star search. Look at that. The stock I was looking at, right? You get real-time, and I can run this all throughout the day because this will change. This will change. So I can run this all throughout the day to find out what stocks are actually participating in the fast lane throughout the day. All right. www.vectorvest.com/YT. 99-cent summer special on the software. Take it. All right. A lot of the things that I'm showing you here, you will only find in the VectorVest software. This is my aggressive picks, 3-8. Now, keep in mind, again, given what the market's conditions are, what did I say? That you should be, cautiously bearish. For those people who are looking for stocks to get into, who are traders, I'm giving you some fish to take a look at. All right, here's another stock that's up 54%. Let's view the stock news on that. What's the deal? What's the dealio? Hey, yo, hey, yo. What's the scenario? Hoff knows this, and Hoff knows that. Hoff don't know what. I don't know why. Announces expansion of clinical sites for HT001 Phase 2A trial. I don't know what that is. Positive data for first of its kind human patient treatment. Ooh. All right, so that's news driven, right? That's news driven. Look at that. Fundamentally not sound. I'm going to call this fairly valued. VST is above 1. It is in an uptrend. Well, that's a big move that puts RT in an uptrend. Positive earnings growth, but negative earnings, which makes sense with a lot of therapeutics or bio stocks, all right? That doesn't surprise me. Big move today. Let's go take a look at the graph. View the stock graph. This is on my 3-8. So let's go find it. Does that all go away? It is. All of my graph layouts went away. That sucks. All right, but big move. But look at this. Look at the big wick on the top. That's a lot of profit taking. So even though the 3-8 did cross, I'm not feeling that. It's way outside of the Bollinger Band. It's going to regress to the mean really quickly, and there's a lot of profit taking on that. Always be careful when you look at these stocks that are up so much and you decide, oh, I'm going to go run tell that. Nah, don't. Just be careful with that. Will SMCI break below 400? SMCI, you know what the big thing about SMCI is? The Hindenburg report. And if what they said in the Hindenburg report was correct, that they did some bad stuff, the answer to your question is it probably will. I got a solid level of support right about here at about 396.64. So the answer to your question, I think it at least can fall. That's a 3-month low. I think it can fall, which is already below 400. So the answer to your question, I think that yes. I think that yes, it could fall below 400. Will VectorVest need to adjust the SMCI value? No. If I throw value on, to answer your question, no. Price will normally fall to meet value or rise to meet value. Add parameter, capital appreciation value. Let's throw value on. It's way undervalued. But what's going on with it, and we're not going to adjust the value. The value is still the value. What's being affected is news. It's the Hindenburg report. The Hindenburg report doesn't affect the value. It does affect price action. Does that make sense, Troy? Does that make sense? The value, the stock is still worth what we think it's worth. This is just the news, and someone says SMCI denied any wrongdoing. Well, they got to let people know a little bit more forcefully because the stock's price is going down. All right, does that make sense, Troy? We're still going to keep our value where it is until something affects the value. All right, until something affects the value. This is just price action. So I love that it's undervalued, but where it's going to stop, nobody knows. All right, let's go. That's on the 3.8. That's more aggressive. Super speculative. This is by way of price action. NVIDIA, nice move up today. Only not super nice, but it is up today. Tesla, nice move up. Tesla LL. Again, I'm in that. I was in that. I am in that in my real world portfolio as well. APLD and NEO. These are all price movers, whereas my speculative here is all about volume. Not only price, but volume. These are moving up on big volume. There's NVIDIA, Tesla, Applied, and NEO. Not only are these going up nicely in price, but there's a lot of volume associated, and volume means conviction. That's why I've got a differentiation between the two. All right, commodity ETFs. Let's go see what commodities you can keep your eyes on. Which commodities are moving? A lot of commodities are moving today. Natural gas, UNG is up nicely today. Precious metal, gold, both up today. Where to stay away from? Uranium, wheat, and corn. All right, and energy, and copper. Those are the ones that are going down. Those are the commodities that are going down. But nice move on natural gas today. No multi-bagger picks today. How many of you follow me on Twitter? I told you on Thursdays I would show you the stocks that I'm looking at pre-market and tweet them out, which I did. How many of you follow me on Twitter? Put type of 1 in the room. All right. How many of you follow me on Twitter? Type of 1 in the room. These are stocks that I was looking at pre-market this morning. I tweeted them out before the market opened up, and they're still holding. They're still holding. These are all stocks. I probably made some day trades on a few of them. So with that being said, I always want to follow up from the pre-market spot to now on what's still going on with them. Contra ETFs, any contras? Well, down day. What contras are moving? Most of them. Which contras are moving the most? LABD is up 1.34%. TZA small cap. TZA and SRTY pretty much are the same thing. Russell 2000 small cap. The semis are still under some selling pressure, so the contra on them is still moving up. Real estate. What's going down the most? Tesla, the Qs on the short side of Tesla. Today, again, Tesla is on the run. Tesla is running UVXY. I got out. I'm glad I did what I did. And the FANG-D stocks, the contra, not quite doing what you wanted to do. All right, customer picks. We're going to get there in a second. Gold stocks. Let's take a look at gold stocks. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Let me work it. Tell you how to. Joey, did I sing the words right? Gold stocks that are moving today. Nicely moving. IM Gold, IAG up almost 5%. Avino Silver up almost 2.5%. Kinross up 2.25%. Fortuna up 2%. Barrett Gold up 1.5%. GFI up 1 and almost 0.4%, and GLD up 0.87%. All right, but then Harmony, which is my favorite stock in the gold space, is not up today. And the dollar is down, which helps gold move up higher. Oil and gas. Oh, weekly theme. Weekly theme this week is going to be on sports betting. Glenn, do you run any new high scans? No, not unless I want to short. Not unless I want to short. Or it depends on what's going on in the market. If the market is bullish, I will run them every so often to catch my attention on something that is hitting a new high, but I also want to look at the fundamentals and other stuff on that. But in a downward trending market, I will run new highs to find stocks to buy puts on. All right, and actually we have a search called new highs, ballistic new highs short. Stocks that are hitting a new high in a downtrending market, because those are stocks that'll go down the fastest. All right. If I'm looking at, football starts tonight. How many of y'all are ready for some football? Type of 1 in the room. How many of y'all are ready for some football? Type of 1 in the room. First game, which is Kansas City, Baltimore tonight. Ooh, I got a DJ gig, music bingo, so I'm going to miss it. But the beautiful thing is that there's another game tomorrow. So I'll be able to watch it. But DraftKings looks like the biggest mover so far today, followed by Flutter Entertainment, then Churchill Downs. But it's companies like MGM ain't moving. Caesars, not really moving. DraftKings looks like the king. They are overvalued, not fundamentally sound. I think that this is just news driven because what does FanDuel have an ETF, have a stock? FanDuel? Doesn't look like it. That sucks. Yeah, that stinks. Yeah, you would think that they would, but DraftKings is there. That looks like the big move. Tomorrow's game is in Brazil. The players not happy because people, they're saying it's not safe. The thing is, if it wasn't safe, why did y'all go? If the player's going to be fearful, then why did you go? All right. Amir says, but I am sad my account is way down no matter what I am doing. I'm down. So you know what? So what should you be doing there, Amir? If nothing else, why don't you sit on the sideline and wait for the market to give you a true direction? How about that? Did you hear about Palantir possibly being added to the S&P? Yeah. I knew that was coming. I didn't know exactly when, but I knew that was coming. All right, so Amir, let's go look at a one-year graph on the VectorVest composite. All right, what's going on in the market right now? It's pulling back off a level of resistance. Unless you're playing the market to the downside, maybe you just sit still and wait and see what the market's going to do. The market's going to move big after the announcement next week. That's what's going to happen. Then I spend all my capital I need to make some money. What should I? Nope. I'm not going down this path with you, Amir. I think that as a YouTube channel, man, we've done everything. And I don't mean this in a bad way. I think that we've done everything to always keep you on the right side of the market. And if the volatility, there it is. T says Amir doesn't like volatility and the market's full of it. If that's the case, then if the too much volatility, too much back and forth, sit still. Sit still. All right. With all of the market timing calls that we have, no matter what type of investor you are in the market, you can make a plan. And I think a lot of the times, Amir, you're just running with whatever is running and you're just trying to make ups and downs and stop. Wait a minute. Take your cup, put some liquor in it. All right. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. Don't put no liquor in it, Amir. I'm not trying to promote drinking. Don't put no liquor in it. Type the ones in the room. Thank you, Jeff. Got us a super chat. You want me to look at Zeta? I will. You want me to look at Zeta? I will. All right. Thank you very much. I love you guys for doing that. Thank you so much for letting us know that what we do is, wow, look at that. That's a 3-month graph. That's a 6-month graph. That's a 1-year graph. Good, googly muggly. Ain't nothing going on but the rent. You got to have a JOB if you want to be with me. That is a beautiful looking equity curve. That is a beautiful looking equity curve. Team Zeta, team play, you know something? How much is Zeta? $27? I like that play. Where's the RVRS add parameter, capital appreciation, RV, capital appreciation, RS, capital appreciation, RT should already be up here, I think. Yep. Let's move that down. Let's move that down on the list. Oh, damn it. Oops. Can I say that, Joey? Where's RT? There it is. RV, RS, and RT. Now, interesting about this play, Jeff. RV, RS, both below 1. RT is what's moving it. Earnings per share. What's the earnings per share look like? Earnings per share is growing. All right, earnings per share is definitely growing. Change the type, put into an area. It is going up, but it's less negative. They're finally getting on to a point where they should start making money. I like that. There was bad money, gooder money, best money. It's almost positive. Zeta is overvalued. There's a lot of bad things about it. But what I am looking at is the price action. Price action looks really good on it. If I'm looking at this as a longer term play, looking at RV and RS, I'm not fully feeling this stock. But if I'm a little bit more aggressive, this is more of a technical graph, right? Looking at Bollinger Bands, I like the move. Does that make sense to everybody in the room? Yes or no? Does that make sense to everybody in the room? I'm not looking at this stock as a long-term play yet, but I'm playing price action on this. I'm playing price action on this, baby. And I will let a trend line. Let's go draw. I will use a trend line. Look at that. Look at that. If it breaks below the trend line, I'm out of it. That's a beautiful trend line on a stock that's trending up nicely in the fast lane, more so than not. For all of this is technical, though. All of this is technical. This is not a long-term buy and hold yet. But if price action keeps me in it, I'm okay with it. If price action keeps me in it, I'm okay with it. Why is Zeta not above RV and RS above 1? Because fundamentally, stock's price is moving. Now it's just the reverse of the other thing. So where's the value on this? Add parameter, customer go. Where the flying flip is? That means it's on here somewhere. Where's that? There it is. Oh, there it is. Value. Oh, it's way overvalued. That's RV and RS most likely won't. Well, it could be, but it's not. Relative value looks at the long-term price appreciation potential. Remember, I said long-term, I wouldn't want to hold this stock. RV is below 1. That means a AAA corporate bond over the next 1 to 3 years should outperform Zeta. Relative safety looks at the company's ability to meet or exceed earnings expectations. Below 1, this company may or may not beat earnings. Last earnings it did. Let's go put this on a 1-year graph. Here's our earnings, fall. Here's our earnings, flat. Last earnings was probably the best response from earnings. So just because the stock's price is going up doesn't mean that relative value and relative safety need to be above 1. Relative value and relative safety look at the fundamentals behind the stock. What we're looking at on the graph is strictly technical. Does that make sense, JR? That's price action. That's got nothing to do with the fundamentals in the stock. What I'm looking at is a technical graph. It's got nothing to do with the fundamentals of the stock. They're issuing the stock at $23.50, okay, and it's at $27.08. So I love the question, JR, and that's a great question, especially for people who may be new to the software. That's a great question. The stock's price is rising, so why aren't RV and RS running up with it? Because we do a lot more than just looking at price action when we value a stock. The stock is way overvalued. The stock is way overvalued, and the fundamentals in the stock, RV and RS, are both below 1. All right, let's go back to the viewers. Great question, JR. Joey, how many likes did we get? 66. Today was it 253? A lot of great questions. I'm only doing 5 stocks today. Where is it? Customer. I'm only doing 5 stocks today. All right, so here they go. IESC, IESECT, find out what it means for me. Thank you, Nancy. Nancy was quick. Nancy said, nah, I'm getting my stock up in there. Vermilion, same stock. All right, Kava. Who eats Kava? That stuff is horrible. TLT on the Treasuries, LUV, comma, and WLDM. There's my 5 stocks for today. All right, there's my 5 stocks for today. We got a short amount of time. We only got about 6 minutes left. And we only did get, I said only, we only had 60 some odd likes at the time where I asked. All right, let's graph these and let's take it back to the old school. All right, let's take it back to the old school. Let's graph these and let's go look at them in a VectorVest graph. All right, let's go to VectorVest simple. Put these on a 1-year graph. Wilden Group. There it is. Bottom left, top right, about a week or so off of the high. There's my stop price. I want to put on value though. It's an undervalued stock. Nice move on a 1-year graph. Rising earnings. I like this as a longer term play. All right, nice undervalued stock. RT rising. Earnings per share rising. This is a stock that I like long term. There's RT at 1.5. Let's go add parameter, capital appreciation, RV, add parameter, capital appreciation, RS. RV is above 1, RS is above 1. Yeah, I like this play. I do like this play. Thank you for that, Michael. That's a good play. All right, let's go to the next stock. Ooh, IESC was a hot beautiful stock. Right now, pulling back. You know what I would be right now? See this last swing high? Let's say you own IESC. All right, last swing high, I'd probably have half off the table right now. Not only that, look at that. It's also starting to fade this gap back here, which is also a bearish sign. I don't want you to give it all back. If you've made some money in the stock, don't be afraid to take some of that off the table. All right, I do like the earnings per share. RT tells me the stock is no longer in an uptrend. All right, so putting that all together, if you own it, I wouldn't be afraid to take half off the table. Or if the market is moving down lower, take it all off the table, one of the two. But long term, I do like the stock. Right now, it's not doing what I want it to do. Let's go to the next stock, Kava, moving up. Notice that where did it stop going down? Right at that level of the gap. Look at that. It fell off the high, didn't fade the gap, bouncing up, still in the upper echelon of the upward side. Love the equity curve. Relative value below 1, relative safety below 1. Fundamentally not sound, but price action is moving the stock's price higher. Do I like this long term? Let me add another indicator. Capital appreciation, VST. VST is slightly above 1. That gives me some inclination that I might be willing to hold it a little longer. It's got a good combination of value, safety, and timing. The majority of the calculation, though, is based off of timing. RT is at 1.46. The stock is not only moving up, as you can see, but it's moving up at a quick little pace. It's moving up at a quick little pace. I like the price action. I love from a technical perspective, it did not fade the gap, bounced off support where it was created at the gap and moving up. I like the play. But fundamentally, RV and RS are not there, so just keep that in mind. This is a little bit more volatile in the move, up and down and up and down. RV and RS are both going to be at 1. This is an ETF. Where's RT at? 1.21. At least it's in an uptrend, and I can see why. Coming off this level of support down here, the stock's price has steadily been moving higher. The ETF has been steadily moving higher. That makes sense. Now, it's turned far away from the trend line. So I got to draw another trend line. Here's another shorter term trend line. If you're playing this stock, I would use that trend line as a ways to get out. If I'm not in the stock yet, I'd like to see it break through that level of resistance. Does that analysis make sense to everybody in the room in regards to trading TLT? Yes or no? Does that analysis make sense in regards to trading TLT? If it does, type a yes. If it doesn't, type a no. But I do like, from this level of support, the nice move up, the big pull away from this level of support. I need to create a new one, which I did. Oh, you know what this is also called right here? I think this stock has further upside. This is called an ascending triangle. I think this stock has more potential to move up right now. All right, got a nice level of resistance, nice level moving up as far as trend line. This is an ascending triangle. I like the upside possibility with TLT. I like that play. All right, next one. Wow, love. Way overvalued, though. Notice that when it did come undervalued, look at the nice move up. All right, when it did fall so much that it fell to a level of being undervalued, nice move up. It's way overvalued. Most likely, stock's price should fall to meet value. Earnings per share is not very pretty at all. Nice move up. I like that. But I'm not feeling this. From a technician's perspective, if you're going to play this, if you're going to play this and if you are currently in this, I'd use a trend line. If the stocks fall below that trend line, get out of it. But relative value and relative safety are both below 1. I'm not feeling this as a fundamentally sound stock, but it is moving up. If you are in it, I wouldn't be afraid to take some of that off the table. But if you're saying, well, forget you, Glenn, I'm going to make that money. Here's your level of getting out. All right. Joey put me on the last screen. That's all I got to do for today. That's it. Of course, Joey's not there to listen, so I got to do it all by myself. I don't know what I have Joey for. I have no idea why Joey is here. All right. So, here we go. Oh, now you want to move. Now you want to move and try to click on something.
You didn't even know where it was.
I didn't. I found it, right? I did it.
I had to do it.
You didn't do it. You was too busy sleeping. Sly. I know, Jeff. I don't know where he was. I was calling for him, and he was like somewhere. But that's all right. We got it done. I got it done. I got him done. I got it done without him. All right. Folks, thank you for joining me for Trending Thursday today. We talked about a lot of different stocks, but I think the overall picture is looking at that homepage. You know, we lost one or two of the red lights. Always let the color guard guide you on what you should do. We saw in today's candle, again, the bulls were trying to take control, at least move the candle up higher today going into the close. We got about an hour, 59 minutes left before the market closes. The bulls are trying to grab hold to put some oomph in the market. There are a couple of stocks that are moving. At least I've walked you through what to look for, whether you want to be a long-term investor or a trader on those stocks. I told you what things to look for. But overall, the market's getting more of a cautiously bearish move. Play it. Amir, I need you sometimes to just sit still, zip your mouth, and sit on your hands. Just do that. All right? But everybody else who are aggressive, I've given you some fish. For those of you who know what you're doing, you have your trading plan, plan your trades, trade your plan. Would you hedge AVGO with SOXS? No. So AVGO is going into earnings tonight. The best way to play, I'm feeling a little bit more bullish on it, sort of, kind of. I explained to you what I thought about AVGO. It should beat. If I'm playing AVGO and I'm getting into it, the best way to play it, I think, would be an option play, buy a straddle. You're going to buy a call and put it the same strike price. You'll make money on it. You'll make money on one of the legs. So that would be my best way of playing AVGO going into earnings. If you already own AVGO, I'd sell a covered call or buy a protective put. All right? So with that being said, I got to go. Adios. Arrivederci. Ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii, praying for people all over the world. Remember, folks, we need to look out for each other, help each other out. If we do a lot more of that, we'll be a better society. Guarantee it. Odabu, bom dia, salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Until the next time, folks, see ya.